Hi, this is Kave, and in this episode, I'm gonna a little talk about navigation in Jetpack Compose app. Recently, I published an article on Medium about the navigation stuff in Jetpack Compose that we are using in a repo on GitHub, and explained some challenges we faced and how we solve it. You can read all section about it, and I put the link in the description so you can check it out, the article. In this video particularly, I'm gonna explain the issues on the code base that we are working on, so we can deep dive into the issues and the solution that we are taking. So this is the report that I'm gonna talk about it. This is a playground that me and some friends are working on it, and we plan to use best practices, architecture recommendations, latest Jetpack libraries, and some other software engineer stuff that we play with it in this repo. And you can check it out, and also you can make any PR that you think we can optimize some section of it, and if you find a bug you can make an issue, and any PR are welcome. So let's go to this code. This is a feature by module project. Also feature by module plus architecture, clean architecture layer, we can say. So we have a feature package that contains some features, some screen, and so on. As you can see, we have a favorite news screen, we have news list screen, news detail screen, and so on. So for the handling the navigation stuff, first of all, we must look into the main activity. As you can see, I have a bottom navigation bar, and beside that I have navigation between screens. So we have two territory about navigation. First of all, the entry point is Compose News nav host. In this file, we have the main. This is the main nav graph of our project. In the production, usually we have tons of screens, so it may make the main navigation a huge file. So we can split it into different composable function. For reaching this goal, I use a extension function. As you can see here, I wrote a extension function for the news list section on navgraph builder, and pass the everything it's needed. So as you can see, this is a simple wrapper around the composable that previously be in this nav graph. With this technique, we can split the main navigation graph. Also, we can make the several nested graph we can use. Let me show you an example about the nested nav graph. New window. So as you can see, we can have some standard composable function. Also, in some scenarios, we can have a nested nav graph, like login procedure that that contain login screen, OTP screen, and verification screen, maybe, or other screens that we can group in same place. For achieving this goal, we can use navigation that gets a start destination, the route of the start destination. Also, it wants a unique route for itself that we can have. Also, in this nested nav graph, we can have several other composable functions or nested nav graphs that you can import it in here and use it as usual. So let me back to the other project and explain other stuff. So as you can see, I declared some extension function on the navgraph builder and move the navigation stuff and navigation logic in a small chunk of file that helps me to manage the app module and shrink it. For this purpose, I made another module in the library section called navigation. This module is for handling all navigation stuff that I can put in here. Also, you can see the architecture dependency diagram that all feature the navigation module depend on all features and app depend on navigation. Let me show you something. As you can see, the main activity is in the app module that only see the nav host. So in the nav host, we must some entry point of some screens and nested graph because we have bottom navigation. So some screens may be visible in this level. Also, that's it. Yes. But the other navigation stuff, we can put it in separate module easily. As you can see, the destinations silk class that contains the all screens with route itself. Also, if any screens have any parameter, we can set the key in here. So we avoid the hard code of the key of the arguments. I have a bottom nav item that is for my bottom navigation items. Also, we have extension function for navigation extension function that I used, and so on. I explain it in the future. I have a graph package for all. We can call it subgraph. For all subgraph that I used in the project. First of all, I split every screens in a separate file. Uh, that helps me to scale up easily in other places. Imagine in the future we add a feature. So in this particular feature, I want to navigate in other locations. So if every screens have their own nav graph builder, I can easily import that composable function, that extension function, into the my future feature nav graph. That easily handle the navigation stuff to the other destinations. So as you can see, every screens have their own nav graph builder extension function, and also in some places that I want to pass arguments, I handle it in there. For example, in news list, I have a bunch of news items that if user click on any news, I want to navigate to news detail screens, but I want to pass the news object. Right here, we can pass primitive types in the navigation transactions. Also, it's highly recommended that you pass a minimum amount of data in the navigation, and you can make the network call based on the news ID in the destinations. But in some scenarios, we must pass the data, the parsable data, or data class, or etc. So for achieving this goal, I wrote a extension function on the navigation itself. We have a navigation overload that in the navigation library that accepts arguments in type of bundle. But this method received the ID of the destinations, not the route of the destinations. But we are using the route play with the route of destinations, not IDs, like the IDs in the XML navigation style. So we must convert this route to the ID. That here create a deep link and convert it to the ID at last, and handle the navigation, and pass the bundle here in the destinations. So here I specified the route of the destinations and the argument I want to pass as a bundle object. In the destinations, we can retrieve the data from the nav backstack entry. I also use a extension function to beautify the code here, and so on. So we can pass the retrieved object to destination and use it in the destination. So I think let me check that all objects that I covered. I talk about the passing argument and so on. That's it. It is. I think this is a good structure that helps you to maintain and easily scalable the navigation mechanism in the production level code base, and make it easy to maintain it. This is in the end. I'm gonna explain more about the project a little bit. As you can see, this is a playground. As I said, that you can contribute it. Please read this code and suggest any idea that you think you can improve the performance stuff, the architecture stuff, also easy solution for the challenges in this code. Also, this project gonna be more stuff in it, more feature we will add to this project that make it that makes it have a bright future. We hope we can reach. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed and see you next time.